We all get the same 24 hours in a day. So why is it that some people just seem to get so much more out of them? Well, today, we're going to talk about a really powerful shift in thinking, how to start investing your time instead of just spending it.
I mean, this has to be one of the most familiar feelings ever, right? You start the day with all these plans, these big goals, and then you blink. You look up at the clock, and the day is just gone. And you're left there thinking, wait, what did I even do today?
Well, if you've ever felt that way, the good news is you are definitely not alone. And the even better news, there are some really simple, really effective ways to get that time back and, make it actually work for you. So let's dive in and start by figuring out what the problem really is.
Okay, so first things first, we gotta really understand the problem we're up against. And honestly, the best way to wrap our heads around it is with a simple but super powerful metaphor. So what are we even talking about when we say wasted time? Because it's not about being busy every single second of the day, not at all. It's really about spending time on things that aren't important, things that don't help you grow or learn, or even let you properly rest and recharge.
And this idea right here, it just nails it. Think about it. Time is like that bottle of water. Once you pour it out, it's gone. You can't scoop it back up. It's gone forever. And that feeling you get at the end of the day, that little bit of regret, yeah, that's exactly what it feels like to have poured your time all over the floor.
Okay, so we get the problem now, right? Time is precious, and you can't get it back. So let's talk about the solution. The very first step is all about creating a simple little roadmap for where you want your time to go.
And really, the big secret, the antidote to just letting time slip away, is being intentional. It's about actively choosing what you're doing and why you're doing it instead of just letting the day happen to you.
And this is how you make that idea of being intentional actually practical. Look at the difference here. A vague goal like, I'll get in shape, is like getting in your car with no idea where you're going. But a tiny plan, that's like putting a specific address into your GPS. Today, I'll walk for 10 minutes. See? It tells you exactly what the first step is, which makes it so much easier to just start.
All right, so you've got your roadmap. Your GPS is set. Now you need the fuel for the journey. And you might be surprised where you're going to find it. It's actually hidden in all those small, forgotten moments of your day.
We call this pocket time, and I love this idea. Just think about it like spare change. A few pennies here, a nickel there. It doesn't seem like much on its own. But if you keep collecting them, eventually you'll have enough to buy something really cool. These little 3, 5, 10-minute pockets of time, they're exactly the same. So where do you find these little time coins? Well, they're hiding in plain sight. Waiting for the bus, standing in line for coffee, these are the moments we usually just throw away, right? We pull out our phones and start scrolling. But what if you invested them instead? Seriously, just 5 minutes is enough to learn a new word, read a page of a book, or listen to a little bit of something educational. It all adds up.
Okay, but here's the thing. Even if you have a great plan and you're collecting your time coins, there are still dangers out there. There are thieves trying to steal your most valuable asset right out from under you.
I know, it sounds a little dramatic, doesn't it? But it is absolutely true. Every single day, there are things competing for your attention, and trust me, not all of them have your best interests at heart.
So the key here is to be able to spot these time thieves. And the biggest, most common one by far? Mindless scrolling on social media. I mean, these apps are literally designed to capture your attention and just not let go. And the worst part is, they leave you feeling totally drained and empty with absolutely nothing to show for all that time you just lost.
Oh man, this is so relatable. We've all been there, haven't we? You tell yourself, okay, just a 10-minute break. And it starts with just one quick video, or I'll just check my feed real quick. And then 75 minutes later, you snap out of it feeling guilty, empty, and somehow even more tired than before. It's the worst.
So what do? How do you protect yourself from these thieves? Simple. You lock the door. Look, these aren't some complicated life hacks. They're just simple, practical barriers. Putting your phone in another room, setting a specific time to check it, just creating that little bit of distance makes it so much easier to stay in control of your own focus and your own time.
Now, I know with all this talk about investing time and fighting off thieves, it might sound like the goal is to be productive every single minute of every day, but that's a really, really dangerous misunderstanding. So let's just get it out there. Does this mean you should be busy every single minute? Is the goal to cram every empty space in your calendar with more work, more learning, more doing?
Absolutely not. The answer is a huge, emphatic no. Real, true rest is not a waste of time. In fact, it's one of the single most important investments you can possibly make. It's not the opposite of work, it's the partner that makes good work possible.
And this is the absolute perfect way to think about it. We all get this, right? A phone with a dead battery is, well, it's useless. Our minds, our bodies, they're no different. Trying to push through when you're exhausted doesn't make you a hero. It just drains your battery even faster and makes you worse at everything you're trying to do.
And look at this. This just proves the point. Look at the power of rest. Trying to push through late at night for 2 hours, and the result was not good. But then, after a good night's sleep, that same exact task got done in just 30 minutes, and the result was way better. See? Rest didn't cost time here. It actually created it.
Okay, so let's put it all together. Here are your 5 key takeaways. Number 1, make a tiny plan. That's your GPS. 2, use your pocket time. Those are your coins. 3, make it fun. Treat it like a game. 4, guard against time thieves. That's your lock. And finally, number 5, remember that rest is not waste. It's your charger. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. Because this isn't just about listening to ideas. It's about taking action. So as you look at these strategies we've talked about, what is one small change, one tiny plan that you can make tomorrow to start investing your time instead of just letting it slip away?